Hi, my name is Lisa Smusz. I'm the Executive Director of P.E.E.R.S Envisioning and Engaging in Recovery Services, also known as P.E.E.R.S, here in Oakland, California in the United States. P.E.E.R.S is a consumer-run organization, and that means that we're an organization that's completely staffed and led by people that have had lived experience with mental health issues, myself included as the Executive Director. Although I was first a person that worked within the mental health system as a traditional practitioner, I had my own mental health issues arise and soon became very passionate about the idea of recovery-based services, and not just the typical medical model, but also about stigma reduction and creating a more inclusive society for everybody, regardless of what kind of experiences they've had with mental health. So we do a lot of different things here at P.E.E.R.S. One of the things we do are WRAP groups, so Wellness Recovery Action Planning, and those are groups that are about increasing wellness and creating a plan for reaching your highest level of wellness, regardless of what your issue is. Our groups are about mental health primarily. They're led by people who have had a lived experience with mental health issues and also who have been trained in this WRAP facilitation method. We also do a large amount of work reducing the stigma and discrimination that people who have a mental health issue face when they're labeled and diagnosed with a diagnostic label. We are striving to eradicate stigma and discrimination and really trying to create a more inclusive society where people can eat, work, play, learn, and live side by side regardless of their diagnosis or lack of diagnosis. So what I would say for people who are working in this arena is to let go of the labels, if that is possible. Sometimes that's harder than it sounds. And remember that mental health is really, it's a continuum. It's not like there's people with mental illness and then there's people who are normal over here. It's a continuum. And people can be anywhere on that continuum during a different portion of their life. So for me, example, if you look at me today, I'm doing well. I'm the executive director of an organization. I'm a professor at a local university. I have a family. And so I'm in a different place in my wellness today than I was 10, 15 years ago. So if you can see the person sitting in front of you, sometimes it's a person in crisis and they're really struggling and they're having a lot of difficulty with their mental health. Remember that this is one moment in time. This is not their destiny. This is not who they are going to be forever. This is who they are right now. And hold on to the hope. Sometimes we have to hold the hope for them because they can't hope for themselves at that moment in time. But we need to hold the hope in our heart for them that someday they'll be at a different point in that continuum, on a much healthier, more well, happier place. And so if we could let go of the labels in our society, wherever your society is, I think we'd be much more, we'd be better served. And remember that there is no us versus them. There is no sick versus well. It's just us. It's all just us. And if we can remember that and hold out the hope and hold the high regard and respect for people wherever they happen to be with their mental health issues, it'll go a long way to healing and creating a place where we can all be at our very best.